Hi, I'm Rob, and I wanted to talk to you today about how to get started in hydroponics. Real quick, what is hydroponics? It's basically growing plants in the absence of soil. So what we have here is a couple different, what's referred to as medias. What we have here are actually a couple different hydroponic stones. We have two different ones. This one here is actually made out of glass and is very porous. The roots can actually go through it. And this one here is made out of clay, and the roots would basically grow around it. And what you would do is actually use these where the roots would grow inside versus the soil. Another type we have here is vermiculite. It expands. It's a type of mineral. We have here rice hulls, which can be used as well. And over here we have what's referred to as rock wool. This is a very small rock wool. They come in different sizes. This one here is used basically for just initial germination. This rock wool is actually made from sand that's heated and spun, acts like a sponge. And the one that I wanted to talk to you about, the one type of media that I wanted to talk to you about that's the most simple and easy to maintain, and it's very low cost. It's actually called coco pith. And this is a large brick of it, and it's actually made from the coconut husk. And it's ground down to almost a sawdust consistency, and it's this is the dried form. All you would do is just break it apart, add some water to it, and it expands. It acts very similar to soil, but it's still technically hydroponics because it is not soil. So what I wanted to show you here is how you can actually use this to get started in hydroponics, and just to let you know that large brick actually cost me about $12. I prefer the large bricks because I do a lot more plants. They come in much smaller bricks that cost $3 or $4. It just depends on how much you are looking to grow. So here's some of the coco pith inside a bowl, and we're going to go ahead and hydrate this real quick. So we just add some water. Give it a second to expand. And depending on the actual stage of the plant, whether you're germinating or you're transplanting, you might want to add in some of your nutrients. One of the things with hydroponics is that you actually have to add your nutrients as compared to soil, where there's certain minerals inside the soil. In the hydroponics, you're actually adding those in, so you're able to control it at a much different level. So we're going to assume here that you're just starting off and you want to start the germination process. What you can do is actually get any size container or nursery tray that you're looking for. These smaller ones are great because, like I said, if you were just starting the germination process, all you would really do is just take your coconut pith, pop it into your trays as normal, as if you're treating it like soil, take your seeds, and just plant your seeds in there. Now, obviously, depending on the type of seed you're doing, you might need to put it in, anywhere from a ½ inch to an inch down, or on the surface, a little bit of cover, kind of depends. And that's really it. Like I said, you would almost treat this just like soil. And since these are germinating, you don't need to add the nutrients because all the nutrients for the germination process are actually contained within the seed itself. If you were transplanting, you would definitely want to add in some nutrients into the coco pith. The nice thing about doing it this way, too, is from the germination process, there's all different sizes that you can work with as far as nursery trays. This one's for initial germination. We go to different sizes. We can keep moving up, where you just take the plant and just keep transplanting it bigger and bigger. Like I said, we keep going. You just keep going up in size until you get to larger buckets. And then what's referred to as a finishing pot is where its final destination. Think of it that way, where the plant's just going to live the rest of its life. And what I have here is a 5-gallon bucket. That's actually a combination of different medias, where we have a couple different stones, some different types of cocoa, and this can be considered a finishing pot. And right behind me, we actually have a bean bush here. As you can see, this is what I'm considering the finishing pot, where this is where the plant's going to live for the rest of its life. It will grow a lot bigger, but that's okay. And the nice thing about working with coco pith and stones in this capacity inside the container gardening is that there's no pumps or anything like that. So your cost is really on the minimum. Once you get into the stones and things like that, you're going to have a lot of aeration, a lot of water, a lot of pumps. Completely different story. This is the ultimate beginning of hydroponics. And if you want to stay simple, I highly recommend starting with coco pith is the beginning point entry level for hydroponics.